A very warm good morning to all my dear students. I hope all are doing well. So today I, Aditya Best, would be teaching you hotel communication, which is a very important subject in your semester 1 in BHM. Communication types and process by uh, by by Assistant Professor Aditya Best. So, guys, as you all know, hotel communication is very important. Communication in itself is a very important topic, as communication is being practiced everywhere and anywhere. Without communication, nothing can happen, and due to communication gap, a whole lot of confusion can happen. A positive communication plays a very important role to ensure the growth and development of any and every organization. So, without wasting much of time, I would like to start with the main presentation. Communication. So I would read the slide first and then I will describe it, what the exact meaning of the words are. The imparting or exchanging of information by speaking, writing, or using some other medium. The successful conveying or sharing of ideas and feeling. There was a lack of communication between service and production department. What communication is imparting or exchanging of information. When you exchange information, for example, from Ram to Peter, if Ram is telling something to Peter, so there is an exchange of information by speaking, writing, or by using other medium. Speaking, writing, they all are the medium, but what is the main concept in communication? It is the exchange or impart of the information from one to another. Second, the successful conveying or sharing of ideas and feeling. When you convey message, when you share information, you are sharing your ideas, and those ideas are very much helpful for every organization to ensure their growth and development. Now, as far as hotel industry is concerned, we all say that there should be a good communication between every department. For example, that you know, due to there was a lack of communication between service and production department, there was a big flop banquet function show, or you know since there was a lack of communication between the kitchen and the service department, there was no food to serve inside the banquet. So, to avoid um, this embarrassing situation, a good communication should be there between both the department. So, here comes the importance of communication. For example, if there is a check-in of 20 rooms and front office has told housekeeping to clean only 10 rooms, so that means 10 rooms are still dirty. And what about those 20 guests, those who are sitting inside the lobby to take their rooms? So, I mean, there will be a confusion. So, to ensure that there is no communication gap, managers must make SOPs. They must ensure that a healthy communication is taking place between both the departments. So, the reason why I am giving you these example is to tell you the importance of communication in hotel industry. Hotel industry or the hotel operation cannot exist without proper or a good or a positive communication. Communication is very important because only then you will get to know what your next level task would be. So moving on to the next slide, understand in simple language what communication is. For example, if someone asks you that please tell me what is the definition or what is the uh, easy meaning of communication. So your answer should be communication is simply the act of transferring information from one place, person or group to another. Every communication involves at least one sender, a message, and a recipient. These include our emotion, the cultural situation, the medium used to communicate, and even our location. All right. So when you when someone communicate, so there has to be one sender, there has to be one receiver, and a good amount of information. Okay, that information should be fruitful to the receiver for the organization. um, it may include sharing of emotions, sharing of cultural ideas, sharing of some, official thing, sharing of some data from one person to another, or from one person to a group. For example, a manager is taking briefing of his subordinates at the end of the shift. The manager is taking a briefing of his subordinate at the end of the shift. So this is also a type of communication which is taking place between manager and his co-workers. All right, the next slide is process of communication in hotel industry. Communication is the most important and the most used of all skill in the hospitality and tourism industry. Managers spend the largest portion of their time in verbal or written communication with their employees or outside parties. Communication is very important in the hospitality industry. Why? Because um, the hospitality professional has to be on their toes at all time. They has to be updated at all time. If, for example, I am working in the front office department, I cannot say no to my manager. I cannot say that, sir, I was not updated. I cannot say that, sir, I was not told this thing by someone. I have to be updated. I have to make sure that I have full information what is happening inside the hotel. How many rooms are expected check-ins? How many rooms are expected checkouts? How many group departures? How many group arrivals? What is the occupancy for today? What is the ARR for today? How much is the rack rate for today? How many base category room we are offering? How many deluxe category room we are offering? How many suite we are offering? How much are the charges for the presidential suite? What is the name of the general manager? Who is the chief security in charge? What are the local good places where the guest can visit? I mean, these are small things. They actually look too small, but they are very important. I have to be updated at all time. I cannot say no to my manager. So this is the importance of communication. And managers, they spend most of the time doing written or verbal communication when they write, making, for example, um, making reports, making SOPs. Those SOPs are to be delivered, are to be told to the co-worker, to the employees of the department. So it is also a type of communication. When I say verbal, for example, a manager taking briefing of his employees of his department at the end of the shift. In that briefing, he is telling his employee that what is actually expected out of them, what are the few changes they need to bring in their working professional style. So this is the importance of communication in the hospitality industry. Moving on to the next slide, how do hotel communicate with the guest? Excellent communication skill can enhance a guest experience as it shows that you are listening to them, valuing their feedback and conveying clear message. This can lead to customer loyalty, increase business and eventually the hotel becoming more successful. Communication with the guest is also very important. The guest um, should not feel at any point of time that you are not communicating with him, that you are not providing him with adequate information. For example, if you know that the guest birthday is coming on 15th of July, as every hotel has all the guest detail, and if you are wishing him on his birthday, the guest will feel happy, he will feel satisfied. There are various customer loyalty program which you know which most of the hotels are running these days. So customer loyalty program are also a sort of type of technique to increase the business. Eventually, the hotel becoming more successful by increasing the guest satisfaction. So these are so I mean these are few techniques which the hotel you know do to promote their sale um, by making communication as a tool. So we can say that communication is very important in the hospitality industry. Without communication, nothing can exist. Be it a manager, be it a subordinate, be it a co-worker, be it a trainee, be it a guest. Communication is enjoyed and utilized as a tool everywhere. A positive communication, or when there is no gap in communication, this leads to a successful operation, a successful work, not only in the hospitality sector, but in every sector. Dear student, I hope you have enjoyed the lecture. Um, God bless you all. Thank you so much.